Hey everyone, welcome back. This is Justin, and I'm doing the random wheel spinner to determine who the heroes are that are going to each team. So this is going to be fun, exciting, something new. Um, this is new to the Frankenstank this year, and I know a lot of you have been looking forward to it. Many of you have been tanking your teams on purpose for the first 2 weeks just to be able to get this hero, and now you're going to find out who your hero is. Before I get into that, though, I want to remind you that. um, when it comes to playing your heroes, they're going to be listed as players on your roster. It's going to look like a team defense. That's what the position is going to show, a team defense. So because of that, we had to approve for you to be able to start your lineup with a team defense. But what'll happen is, let's say we spin the wheel and you get Ellen Ripley from Alien, and Ellen Ripley is going to be your hero. You will find that out tonight. You're going to find it out on the show. I guess technically for you, it'll be yesterday, because on the show is when we're going to announce it, and we'll put it in the chats, and then you're watching this the next day. But anyway, when you find out that you have Ellen Ripley and she's going to get you 28 points every single week, you're going to have until Thursday before kickoff to announce to your commissioner, and in the My Fantasy League, actually not both, just put it in the My Fantasy League message board. There will be new message threads in there that are labeled with your division, and it'll say hero card, or not cards, or not cards. It'll say your division and the hero. So it might say the Brasco of Bugula, or Bagul, Brasco Bagul division heroes. And then you will go into that, whatever your division is, into that hero thread and type in what position you want your hero to be. So quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end. It's not going to be a team defense. Just because it's labeled that way so that you can have it in your starting lineup does not mean that's who it is. It's going to be one of those four positions. You name the position, and that hero will be that player in that position for the entire rest of the season. So if you make that hero, in this case, Ellen Ripley is now a quarterback for your team, you could potentially not start a quarterback at all and have that team defense Ellen Ripley in there, because Ellen Ripley is your quarterback. And that's the one required quarterback. Maybe your super flex is something else. But my point is that you just have to pretend. You got to play make believe, right? This is a make believe, pretend monster world we're living in anyway. You're going to pretend like this particular hero is playing in that position for the rest of the season. You cannot lose this hero. It cannot be stolen. And you get those points every single week. So the point values for these heroes are Sidney Prescott is worth 24 points from Scream. Laurie Strode from Halloween is worth 25. Graham Hess from Signs is worth 26. Ellen Ripley from Alien is worth 28. Clarice Starling from Silence of the Lamb is worth 30. Bill Denbrough from It is worth 32, and Ash Williams from The Evil Dead is worth 35. So obviously we all want Ash Williams here, but if you happen to get Sidney Prescott, depending on what position you use her for, it could still be a heck of a deal for you. So 24 points every single week, that consistency could really help you out. You don't have to start your hero, but like I said, there's really no recourse if you start that hero and you lose. You're not going to lose the hero. So anyway, without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into this. I'm going to share my screen here. So you see I have all 7 of the heroes up there. Now, each division might have a different number of people that finished 0-2. And of course, we had a couple that unfortunately had illegal lineups this week. So that disqualified them from getting a hero, because we didn't want people to just keep all of their players on their bench so that they couldn't have anybody stolen and get a hero. Kind of defeated the spirit of the hero. So we're going to start with the Frankenstank division. So the Frankenstank division has Vlad the Impaler, Mechagodzilla the Gorilla, and the Dementors. The way I'm going to do these is I'm going based off of points 4, because I feel like if you had the most points 4 and you were between all of the teams that were still 0-2 in your division, then that meant you kind of played the game right, because points 4 also help decide playoff spots. So the first one up is going to be Vlad the Impaler. So Vlad, I shuffle 3 times between each of these. And then I'll spin. Vlad gets Graham Hess. That's a 26 pointer. And I'm sorry I have to write each of these down as we go because I want to make sure I can jump right into adding these as soon as the show ends tonight. But Graham Hess, so that's 26 points every single week for Vlad. Vlad, you just have to tell us what position. All right, next is Mecha Godzilla the Drilla. Mecha Godzilla, you get Ellen Ripley. And Ellen Ripley is going to be 28 points towards your starting lineup every single week. Next is the Dementors. So the Dementors is looking for Ash Williams, and the Dementors gets Clarice Starling. So that's 30 points for the Dementors every week. So that's one of the, I believe that's the third best one. So let's see. All right. Now I need to add those back into the wheel for the next division. And the next division is going to be the Creature of the Staff Bathroom division. First up is Dracula. Dracula also gets Graham Hess, 26 points every week. Next is Captain Madrigal's Leviathan, whatever that is. Hey, nice one. Bill Binborough, 32. 32 points every week. So good for you, Captain. All right. And that is it for the Creature of the Staff Bathroom division. Next, we have Phantom of the Porta Potty division. This one actually has 5. So 5 teams were 0-2. There's going to be a lot of heroes in this division. It'll be interesting to see how that division shakes up because many of those teams were tanking on purpose too. So they still kept a lot of their good players on their bench. This is going to be fun to watch on this one. So I'm going to shuffle 3 times. First up, we have the Balrog. And the Balrog gets Ash Williams right out the gate. So Ash Williams for Balrog. Take the big one, the 35-pointer every single week off the board. Next is Leatherface's Holistic Midwest Retreat. Hilarious name, by the way. Love it. Sidney Prescott. $24 points. Then we have Zombie Redneck Torture Family. And the Zombie Redneck Torture Family gets Graham Hess. So Graham is in all 3 divisions so far. Making an appearance for Signs. Next up is Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Heisman. Laurie Strode. 25 points each week. That one probably should have been worth more personally. I think that's one of the better heroes on here. But let's see. Next, we have Mephistopheles, the infamous Uncle Steve, gets Bill Denborough. Not bad. 32 points. All right. That 32 points is the second most on the list. So, all right, that's going to be a lot of extra bonus points in that division every single week that the other teams are going to have to contend with. Let's see. Night of the Living Silent but Deadlies is the next division. So we have Team Cujo up. Team Cujo gets Graham Hess. All right. I kind of hope that Graham is able to make it all the way through for every division at this point. Next, we have the Kraken. And the Kraken gets Laurie Strode. Laurie Strode and her 25 points. All right. And next we have the Invisible Urinal. Again, another division with 5 teams that are 0-2 that are all eligible for a hero here. First up is the Gray Reaper. And the Gray Reaper gets Laurie Strode. 25 points every week. Man Bear Pig is next. Sydney Prescott. And 24 points for Man Bear Pig. Next is Treehouse of Horror Survivor. We still got to get Graham Hess in here. Nope, not this time, but Bill Denborough is a good one. All right, next is Red Rum. Great team name, by the way, Red Rum. Amazing movie. Ash Williams, there you go. So the top dog hero, 35 points per week, goes to Red Rum. One last chance to get Graham Hess in here. This is Shane Hallam, the Hallam Heroes. Or nope, the Hallam Humans, because it's a monster and humans are monsters. Ellen Ripley. Okay, so unfortunately we did not get Graham in every one of them, but what can you do? All right, next is the Bidet of Frankenstank. The Bidet of Frankenstank has 4 teams that are eligible for heroes here. And the first one up is Massilian Maulers. And the Massilian Maulers get Ellen Ripley. Purple People Eaters. Great tune. The Purple People Eaters get Ash Williams. Great spin. All right, next is the Fantasy Slashers. And the Fantasy Slashers get Laurie Strode. And finally, 3 Nights at Foxy's. And 3 Nights at Foxy's gets Graham Hess. The next division, the Mummies Toot. So my division. Let's see. The ex-wife is up first. The ex-wife gets Ellen Ripley. Chucky's Last Stand. Chucky's hero will be Ash Williams. That's the big one. And then finally, for the Mummies Toot division, we get the Australian Drop Bears. The Drop Bears get Laurie Strode. And then the final division is the Brasco of Bagul and Balerion, the Black Dread. Also reminds me that I have not seen every horror movie, evidently, because I have no idea what Balerion is. But Balerion, the Black Dread, is up first with Clarice. All right. That's 30 points. Then Tom Savini's makeup artist. You guys are pretty creative sometimes. Graham Hess. And then finally, our boy Iceman with the last hero. Mumra St. Brown gets Ellen Ripley. All right, and there you have it. So that's it for the wheel spins for the heroes. We'll start getting those inputted after the show tonight because we don't want to give it away too early. But yeah, so the idea behind these heroes, you guys all started off 0-2. Some of you need the help. Some of you tanked very well, and you still have great players on the bench. But the thought process is, in the horror films, when they start off in a bad, rough spot, you need a hero to come in and help save the day. So y'all got your heroes now. Let's see what you can do with them. But thanks for tuning in, and make sure you let us know if you have any questions on these moving forward, because you can still have an illegal lineup even with having a hero in there. If you're starting 9 or 11, then you're in a legal lineup. If it's supposed to be if this hero is supposed to be your running back, and even with that that hero, you're still only starting one running back, then you're not starting enough running back. So you're just going to have to pay extra close attention to your starting lineups. But that's all we got for you, and have a great day.